Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I've got the Bora 4Motion apart. As you can see, there's the cylinder head, intake manifold, valve cover, and we got the pistons and rings all on the bench. Why is this, you might ask? Well, we had some excessive blow-by when I first put this thing together, and I believe the reason is the aftermarket JE piston rings just have no tension on the oil control ring. It's a three-piece design. It's inferior to the factory design that these Kolbenschmidt rings have. So I'll show you that now. So I'm going to post some pictures here of the blow-by in the Bora using the aftermarket JE pistons with the rings that it came with. So the aftermarket oil control ring is a three-piece design. You can see you've got that bottom piece, the middle wafer, and then the top piece. And the OEM is a two-piece design. So you got a single outer piece, and then right here you've got a tough spring on the inside, and this provides about 10x the tension that the aftermarket design provides. So this one you can put in by hand. This one you absolutely need the metal taper tool, which is this guy. It was quite expensive. It was about 140 Canadian all in, but honestly it was worth the money because this is a much more robust design. So we're doing that, and I'm also using a ball hone instead of the 3-stone hone that I just kind of made do. So we've got a much nicer finish here on the bores, and we've got the more solid OEM design. These are the springs that are going to go on the oil control rings, and hopefully after that we should have no blow-by, new head gasket. We're going to go stock head bolts because we have the low comp pistons, no need for head studs. Alright, so I'm just going to fill in this gap of the video. What you don't see next is that I realized that the factory design oil control ring was not going to fit in the JE piston. So I was essentially stuck to the JE piston oil control ring, but I did do the ball hone on the engine, and we're in the break-in process again for the second time. And really, I think it did boil down to me using a 3-stone hone. It didn't do a very good job of finishing the bores, and it also completely skipped an area where the piston rings made this ridge. And the stone is a hard piece of stone. It doesn't flex like the ball hone does. So we're not done engine break-in on the Bora. We're almost there, but when we are, I'm going to switch back to synthetic, and I'll let you guys know if I'm having oil consumption issues. I think I definitely still will have some oil consumption issues, just not as severe as they used to be. So that is kind of probably one downfall of the JE pistons, as well as I found some more articles online of people using JE pistons and having some oil consumption issues. And you know what, at the end of the day, I just guess it's normal. People also tend to gap the rings, which could lead to more oil consumption, so that could be a part of it. So anyways, enjoy the rest of the video. I just wanted to throw that in, that I didn't end up using the factory piston rings. So I've got a new turbocharger for it. So first off, we've done a few changes to the engine bay. I've got a better setup for feeding the turbo with coolant. So we've put this line up in here. That's from a 2-point slow Jetta, and then it goes down in here, kind of splices into this T-piece, and then we've got coolant feed to the turbo right here. So you guys will see that once we install the turbo. The return is actually just reusing this coolant throttle body bracket here that runs down here and into another coolant T-piece further down there. Also, red valve cover. We had a red one before. It was wrinkle red. Still looks pretty good. I decided to switch it up. Had a spare valve cover. We painted it flash red, which is a Polo GTI color, and it's a bit more smooth, so kind of digging it. Matches the brake calipers pretty well. So onto the turbos. Here's the old one, the Garrett GT3582R ball bearing turbo. We're going from a 62 mil wheel to a 70 mil wheel. quite a big difference. And this is a eBay turbo. So you guys like the TDI Chinese turbo cartridge video? So for the 500 horsepower Bora 4Motion, we have gone with a Chinese turbo. This one was by no means cheap. For a Chinese turbo, it was about 1,000 Canadian after everything was said and done. But it is a GTX3584RS kind of clone, and these turbos have been proven to make serious power, more so than my first gen Garrett here, so that's exciting. I also had to modify the downpipe, so we've got an updated V-band. Came with the turbo. You can see there it's got a little step in it. It's not just a flat face, so that should help seal. Alright guys, so the Bora 4Motion is out of the garage, but it's pretty dusty, so I want to give it a wash with this new snow foam cannon that I've got here. Alright, so she's all cleaned up. I decided to throw on the big fuel pump. So now we're going to have less of a fueling limitation. I just had the stock one do its thing while we kind of messed with the standalone ECU upgrade. It seems to be running okay now, but we just got to do some mapping. So we used to be running a 21-pound wastegate spring, so I removed the wastegate, took out a 7-pound spring, and we're going to start messing around with tuning. I've got to connect the water to air reservoir back up, fill it with water. Still got to get some more aluminum piping to finish the intake. It was done at one point when I had the mass airflow sensor in the build, but now that we don't have that 4-inch mass airflow sensor pipe, it's just kind of open. So new turbo is installed, you know, migrated the lines to it. From up here, like, you can't even tell that it's been replaced. You don't really see much. But yeah, in a couple of minutes here, me and my buddies are gonna go to a car meet with this thing, see what kind of reactions it gets. Everybody always is surprised when I tell them it's actually 4-wheel drive and has the amount of power that it does, so this will be fun. Now that the car's running again, I'm really excited to make some more videos on it. The differences between a North American Jetta and the Bora 4Motion, as well as reaction videos. You know, we might straight pipe it at one point. Right now it's still on the stock exhaust, so it's actually pretty tame and quiet, but it's kind of fun to play around with still. Cruising with my Jetta buddies. Look at this artsy one, guys. Oh. Got some square wheels. Oh. Is that a V8? Oh shit, dude! I like the plate. That's dope. Yeah. Oh, the interior is done up too. Bend stitching.
Single windshield wiper.
Shit used to be way better.
I'll just call Wesley.
It's a big turbo, but it's not as big as mine. Damn, dude. Fade on wheels. Oof. Yeah, I love these. These are the Helios wheels. got, looks like R32 brakes, R32 seats, blue LED mod like my old GLI used to have.